Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 5 of the CFEG British Formula 3 Championships here from Silverstone International Circuit this time out. As the world kind of crumbles around us in terms of everything's going on, the virtual one does carry on, and we have seen that today with lots of high-profile sim racing events, but let's see if this one can gather the same kind of attention, shall we? So the season so far has been quite exciting, with a dominant performance, you could say, from Lucas Muller, who's thankfully made it here tonight. It wasn't sure if he could, so he could round off the series. He could definitely win come the end of this race. So we'll see how that goes. So let's have a look at the results from last race. So see here. So David Kaloxai, this was at Snetterton 300 last time out. He actually took his first win of the season and managed to dethrone Lucas Muller as the only race winner. So he came first there with Lucas Muller in the number 94 F1 Bros Racing Team car coming in second place, and then Dan David in the number 23 Team RSI car coming in third, and then Matthew Clipp in the number 13 car, and Daniel Ersling number 28 rounding out your top 5. So having a look at the championship standings, Lucas Muller, obviously in number 94, is currently in the top position with a total of 97 points this round, with Daniel Vidamari in Team RSI number 23 car rounding out in second place, and then we have Matthew Clipp in the number 13 car with 72 points, currently in third place in the championship. As put Turkakin in fourth place on the back foot, as he didn't actually score any points. I think he actually did not finish in the last round, so he has been pushed down a couple of positions in the championship, and then he has David Kaloxai in number 5 car to give him company in 5th place. So that's your kind of top 5 in championship standings and from last race. So let's have a look at what we've got right now. So we're currently about 7 minutes or so into the qualifying session. We have David Kaloxai on the front row again. So let's see if we can pull his car up here. There he is, in the fantastic colour scheme, going wide and abandoning a lap, so no point in watching him anymore. He currently sits on top with the 1 minute .867, so a very short lap around the Silverstone International layout. And then we had Daniel Vidamari in second place with a 1 minute 1.060. So very, very close times, only about 2/10 in it, followed by Matthew Clipp in the number 13, third place, 1 minute 1.098, so very close between second and third place. And Daniel Sontag in the number 48 Royal Blue Racing car. It's the teammate for Matthew Clipp. He's currently sat in fourth with a 1 minute 1.110. So again, very close times between all these drivers. Looking at this, the timings, it looks like everyone down to about 12th place is all within about a second of each other. So very, very close times, and very competitive on the board here. So we'll see who can actually come out on top. With only 5 minutes to go, so let's have a ride on board with David Kaloxai, who's currently your pole sitter, coming round onto his flying lap now with the final corner. So this layout Silverstone using the newer layout of the circuit, so coming through what would be turn 1 on the Grand Prix layout, flat out in this car through to turn 2, and then a heavy braking zone into turn 3, but where we'd expect to go quite slowly through on the left-hander, you go straight over this kind of escape road, and then taking quite a fast line onto the hangar straight at the back of the circuit, I believe it is, or it could be Wellington Straight. Either I can't remember these all these circuits, and then braking heavily down into this next right-hander. Very fast-paced, difficult to actually keep it on the track. You can very easily get a cut track going wide there, and then braking into the final chicane. Very, very sideways, very loose is Kaloxai there through the final complex. And that is a lap around Silverstone International. That's very quick. And what's he done there? He's managed to go, I think yes, he's gone quicker, 1 minute point 6. So a couple of tenths quicker than his previous best there. The Matthew Clip, as we were watching that, is now in second place with Daniel Ersling, number 28, who's currently in third. So it's all going on here. So here's Daniel Ersling as he's coming round to complete another lap. Let's see if he's able to improve. See his live time, he decides to update. He's not able to improve there. That was quite a slow lap time actually. It was about 2 seconds off pace. So he'll need to see if he can go out again. Further down the field, Daniel Vidimari in the Team RSI number 23. He's currently just finishing off his lap. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. Hopefully it's not going to impede his lap time. Hopefully not that dirty. It's very busy on circuit at the moment. Only 20 cars in this race today, but it's a slightly smaller grid than normal. But it's all fairly crowded at this end of the circuit. So what can Daniel Vidimari do here? He's about 4/10 of a second off pole. He's just crossed the line. What can he do here? He has improved, it looks like, but not enough. Only a slight improvement from him there. So he stays in 4th position and he's gone back to the pits. Lucas Muller, who is our championship lead, he's been nowhere at the moment. Dealing with some traffic as he comes through. Is he on a lap at the moment? He is. So he has gone faster. He's not gone purple, but he is faster. So let's see. Oh, someone comes back onto the circuit from the PMK cars. What can he do? He stays in 8th, so he's not actually going that quickly. Qualifying doesn't seem to be the strong point for Lucas Muller. He normally tends to bring it back in the race. He's got a better position than this, if he wants to close out the championship with 1 round to go before we head to Donington. So he's on another lap now. Let's see if he goes through the first sector. Let's see if he goes any quicker. He's not quicker this time round. So as we see Daniel Vidimari doing some aggressive tyre warming down the back straight. Oh, and that's a big sideways moment there for Lucas Muller. The grip just doesn't seem to be in those tyres at the moment. The track temperature, as you can see, is very low, 8 degrees on circuit at the moment. So the grip definitely won't be up to what people are expecting, especially from practice. The track was a lot warmer in practice before the rain hit, obviously. So that's not a faster time for Lucas Muller. He's going to have to go out and try again. David Kaloxai still heading this one out. Ibrahim Khan, who is standing in for the number 46 car. I believe this is his first round in the series, in the Seawolf Net Race car. He's doing quite well at the moment, currently in 6th position. I believe he's on a lap at the moment, so let's see how he can do. He's got the slipstream of Lucas Muller ahead of him to assist, as people getting very squirrely in the background there. So not sure if he is actually on a lap at the moment, so he might be coming around to start a flying lap now. There's only 1.5 minutes to go, so about 2 laps everyone can get now in total. So it's all coming down to wires. David Kaloxai goes quicker in the first sector. He's set 26 dead in the first sector. Slower slightly in the second sector, but let's see what he can do in the third. We'll keep an eye on Ibrahim Khan for a second, see if he can set a bit of a faster lap here. Matthew Clip is also going quicker as well. He's doing a personal best through the first 2 sectors, and that's David Kaloxai going quicker, a 1 minute point 480. And Matthew Clip goes personal best for him, 1 minute point 810. He's about 0.3 of a second off David Kaloxai. So David seems to be quite set to bring the pole home if he can carry on, unless someone can set a blistering lap time in the dying stages. So Lucas Muller moving up to 6th place now, so he's got found a little bit of pace, but he is in the pits. I think that's him done for the session. What can Ibrahim do here? He isn't on a personal best at the moment. Who is on a personal best though? It looks like Sebastian and Fabio Zabito in 8th and 9th. They're battling it out. It's only about a 1.5 tenths of a second between them. They're just coming through the second sector. Let's see what Tobias Teal can do. This is his final lap, so he needs to get this right. He didn't go faster in the second sector. As Ibrahim Khan's actually gone up into third position, so fantastic lap from him. Tobias Teal there not able to improve, and that's his race over. So the only person that can really possibly challenge David Kaloxai here is Ibrahim Khan and Daniel Ersling. So Ibrahim has done a personal best through the first sector. He's got half a second to final. There's a lot of time to gain. Very tricky to do on a circuit as small as this. Let's see, Daniel Ersling goes into third position. Fantastic lap from him, 1 minute .863, so not far off Matthew Clipp. And then Ibrahim Khan, where does he come? He's not able to improve, so he's fourth on his debut, so good job for him. But the pole man, once again, is David Kaloxai in the number 5 entry. So that was your qualifying. We're going to go for a quick 5-minute warm-up now, just so drivers can get used to driving on the full fuel loads again, and see where we can, and basically get used to the car again. For race settings, so obviously there's no pit stops in this race. It will all be just done in one quick sprint, so you don't want to make any pit stops. You don't want to go through the pit lane at all if you can help it. So everyone gets ready for a quick warm-up session. This is Alicia Flito, followed up by, I think, is that the number 28, one of the F1 Bros racing cars. What's the number 84? Definitely wanted to get ahead there. He's going to be quite. He needs to be careful. He doesn't get a speeding penalty. It's Lucas Muller there. Very cheeky from him. So yeah, this circuit, obviously everyone knows Silverstone, everyone loves Silverstone, but the international layout, it's not the favourite for a lot of drivers. Everyone prefers the national layout, which or the national layout, I should say, which uses more of the old circuits, so Maggots and Beckett's, and the old start-finish straight. Whereas this international layout utilises the new end of the circuit, which some don't really appreciate as much as the old one, but it still holds some good racing in general, and we've seen good racing throughout the whole series so far. With only this round and one more round at Donington to go, it's all coming down to the line now. Lucas Muller is in a very strong position to actually win the championship. He just needs to keep it on the road. If he wins today and Daniel Vidamari does not score, it could possibly round out the championship. I haven't done the calculations myself, but it's 25 points for a win, and 22 for second place, and 20 for third place. So we'll see if he can actually pull that off this round, or is Daniel Vidamari, who has been fighting the whole season, that win has just eluded him. Will he be able to pull something out the bag from 5th position here to actually get his first win? Be nice to see some more winners in the series. Lucas Muller has been dominating, winning 4 of the 5 rounds, and then David Kaloxai showing his pace last time out to actually win in the number 5, a good 3.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. So 2.5 minutes to go. We're about halfway through the session now. So the tension starts to build ever so slightly now. You just need to make sure that you are used to driving the car again with the full fuel load. Make sure you got your buttons mapped if you do need to come to the pits for whatever reason. And you're also trying to make sure you get your start procedures right. There's nothing more embarrassing than bogging down on the grid and causing a big stack up behind you. I've done that many times myself because I'm the best driver. So one of the higher lap counts for this race we'll see. I'm expecting maybe about 25 laps as something goes drastically wrong there for Lucio Filito as he is spearing off into the barriers and decides to go back to the pits, obviously. So let's see who else is on track at the moment. None of these guys, obviously. There's Lucas Muller, currently sat in pole position in this session. Obviously, does not reflect the actual qualifying. Obviously, fantastic liveried F1 Bros racing car as always. It's good to see so many different variations of liveries on the grid this year for our debut season, and hopefully if this series does come back next year or something similar, then it would be nice to see all the colourful schemes once again. So it looks like someone stopped on the grid there, possibly doing a practice start, something you definitely want to get right, as I've already said. So, who do you guys think will win this one? Can David Koloksai convert this pole position into a second win? Be interesting question. If he interesting question to ask. Can he do it, or can someone a little bit underdog snatch the win from him? Maybe one of the Royal Blue cars. They've been very, especially Matthew Klipp. He's been very strong throughout the whole season. Can Vidamari get his elusive first win? We'll have to wait and see, but we won't have to wait long. 5 seconds left of the session. Everyone just needs to finish their laps and then we'll be on to the race. So here's where the tension really builds as the extremely loud Rfactor man tells all non-essential personnel to leave the grid. I'm not going to be caught out by that guy this time, I promise. 5 rounds into the season and I'm going to learn. So here we go, changing over session here. Of course he caught me out. Of course he did. So everyone lines up now for a formation lap around the short circuit before a standing start, as we normally do. It's all been fairly hectic on the starts so far, so we'll have to wait, have to see how this one is. It's a very wide track, Silverstone, so plenty of room to go 3, possibly 4 or 5 wide if you're really that brave or stupid, especially down the back straight to get a position. Slipstream very important around this circuit, so if you are in front you're going to need to defend heavily. What's the tactic for Matthew Klipp, Daniel Ersling? Do they wait behind David Koloksai and hope that they can pass him towards the end of the race, or did they just get ahead of him and try and pull a gap? We do know David Koloksai's got pace, so will he be able to break out into the lead, or will he be trapped by the slipstream of the cars behind? Will he be swamped? It's all down to how good your start is and how good the first corner is. So plenty of room to manoeuvre and not too many cars to negotiate. We've got obviously a full Formula 1 grid, but is that going to be enough room? Can people actually behave through the first couple of corners? So off onto the formation lap now for a 25-minute race. So this way you warm up the tyres, warm up the brakes, and keep the engine nice and cool. Make sure everything's good to go for the start. So you have David Clark. I'll quickly run through the grid, just to keep everyone in the loop. So, David Clark either aggressively warming the tyres or nearly spinning. Either one is tyres going to be nice and toasty now, if not for maybe a slight flat spot, which is not handy at all. So David Clockside, number 5, is your pole sitter, followed by Matthew Clipp in the number 13 Royal Blue Racing car in second place. That's a good qualifying for him. I think that's his best of the season so far. Followed by Daniel Ersling in number 28 F1 Bros Racing car. And then Ibrahim Khan in his debut, 4th position. Fantastic result for him, showing his speed like he does in WSCC. 5th position, Daniel Vidimari. What can he do? Can he gain a few positions to challenge for a win? He's been there or thereabouts all season. But behind him, Daniel Sontag in the sister Royal Blue Racing car, number 48. He'll be looking to make some moves. And then Lucas Muller in the number 94, your championship leader. He's not had the best... Oh, someone gone off in the background there. Is that Joe Watts? That's an embarrassing way to start your formation lap. Looks like he possibly got a bit aggressive on his tyre warming, so he'll be carefully making his way back into position now. So that's not going to help him. But here we go, lining up on the grid. But as I was saying, Lucas Muller, not a very good qualifying for him. He's going to need to make some ballsy moves to start challenging for a win, but he does have the speed. So everybody is just about on the grid. And the lights will go on shortly. Here we go. The rev starts to rise, the lights go on, the green flag goes up. And we're away. Very late, very long lights, but David Clark's getting a fantastic start, and that was Daniel Ersling not getting the best start, I don't believe, but that's Daniel Vidimari going around the outside of everybody there into 3rd position. What a fantastic start he's had. But that's David Clockside going into the lead with Matthew Clipp following closely behind, and behind them Lucas Muller is battered. Oh, there's a spin! Big spin! Big accident behind. Who's involved in that? Looks like there's damage. I think a few cars have probably lost some wings. What's happened here? Daniel Sontag involved. Tobias Thiel as well is involved. Oh, more contact. Oh, what a terrible, terrible start for them. There's wings everywhere, and that is not a good way to start. But going back to the front, David Clockside is pulling a lead on Matthew Clipp. Now Matthew Clipp and Daniel Vidimari fighting out now for 2nd position. They've been doing this all season. These two have been having big battles, but they don't want to get caught up too quickly. They want to catch back up with David Clockside. He's got about 1.5 seconds advantage coming through the first lap. He's really putting a gap, and then the top 5 cars all pretty clear of the rest of the pack of Stefano Grassi in 6th position, who's gained a lot of positions there. He's up 9 from his starting position, so good start from him after the madness that of the start there. Now we've got the 2 F1 Bros cars fighting out now. Will any team orders come into effect here? Daniel Ersling is currently ahead of the championship leader, but will he just move over and let his teammate through to gain as many points in the championship as he can, or will Lucas Muller have to fight his way through? We'll have to wait and see. Not quite close enough there. He's very, very squirrely coming out of the right-hander. Coming into the chicane now. Not close enough now. Go a little bit further down the field. Ibrahim Khan, unfortunately, not a good start for him. He's down in 10th position, losing a handful of places, and he is currently under threat from Lucas Zimmerman behind. So looks like we've unfortunately lost Alicia Felito. He must have got caught up in the accident at the start, and he's now DNF, which is very unfortunate for him. But David Clockside is storming away as usual when he's out in the front. But further back there, Daniel Vidimari is well within slipstream range of Matthew Clipp. Matthew Clipp just about getting some slipstream from Clockside in front, so he's holding a gap at the moment, and the 2 F1 Bros cars are holding a gap between each other as well for the time being. So further down the field is Fabio Subito. Just sort of a change of position, but I think he's taking over cars that are currently in the pits, repairing damages. So let's go have a look at this battle. It looks like Ibrahim Khan's starting to make some ground on Christian Lewis, who's in the number 86 SV racing car. So let's see what comes from this. Deep within the slipstream now is Ibrahim Khan. He's not quite going to be close enough through the first corner. Dirty Air's not going to be helping his attack here. Showing his nose there, coming into the braking zone, very close to the gearbox of Christian Lewis. Is he going to try and make a move on the back straight? Wants to get a tighter line. Very good run out of that corner onto the back straight. He's running out of slipstream, looks like. He's going to try and make the moves. He's showing his nose. And he's going to make a move here into the braking zone, side by side. Is it going to be contact? Not quite. Can he hold it around the inside? Christian Lewis fighting to maintain that position, but it's going to go still side by side into the chicane. Lewis has got the... Oh, he's just locked up. He's managed to just about avoid contact, but that was a fantastic move from Ibrahim Khan to take it around the outside. So that's a position for him. He's now back up into the 9th position. Let's go back up to your fight for 2nd position. Daniel Vidamari still not quite close enough to Matthew Clip to make a move. These two have had some almighty battles throughout this season. It's always been very clean and very exciting. But oh, what's this behind? Looks like the F1 Bros cars are starting to have a bit of a scrap. Is that Daniel Lessing moving over? It is. Looks like he's moving over to let his teammate and championship leader through. So some team orders coming into effect there, it looks like. Looks like they both want to work together now to close into the battling duo ahead. Looks like we might have a fight going on here. Look at this, side by side between Ita Akin and Tobias Teal. This is down for 14th and 15th position, so even though it's not at the sharp end of the field, they're still fighting for the position down at the back here. Looks like Tobias Teal's just got this one set out for now, and he's pulling a gap, so good overtake it looks like from him. Back at the front, David Clockseye is pulling even more of a gap. He's got nearly 3 seconds on the battling duo behind now, so he's doing very well to maintain that. He's broken the slipstream range, it looks like, so good job from him. He's much quicker than all the other cars. Last lap was about half a second quicker than Matthew Clip, but he is in the midst of a battle with Daniel Vidamari, as you can see. But look at that in the background. Lucas Muller is slowly starting to close in on these two. He's got about 2 seconds to catch up with these cars. But Daniel Vidamari is certainly a fastest second, a purple second sector. So he's really gunning for it. He's still within that slipstream, but he just can't quite make the move. It looks like very, very quick through this first corner, and with the dirty air, it really doesn't help you with the downforce. But these cars have just about enough, and not as affected by dirty air as a certain higher tier formula, which we won't mention today. Going onto the back straight, looks like there's a bit more of a gap now. Matthew looking to break that slipstream. He's going to the inside now, back to the racing line. And he's not close enough again. But we'll have a look at the times with Lucas Muller. Looks like that it's about even. It seems behind. We'll wait until my live timing updates. But already on lap 7. This has been a very, very quick race so far. It always flies by, these races, and it's always a fantastic watch. So Lucas Muller, he's gained half a second on these cars. He's closing in, so this could be a 3-way battle for 2nd place at this rate. So we'll keep an eye on this battle. Go a little bit further down, see if there's any further action going on. But it doesn't look like anybody's about close up. Ibrahim Khan looks like he's starting to make some moves as well on one of the PMK cars. There's a battle, showing his pace. There's a battle behind them as well. I saw in the background. But here's Ibrahim Khan in a slipstream now of Valtteri Karjalainen. Can he make a move? He's going to look to the inside. He's done that move before. But is he going to hold it? He's forcing Karjalainen out wide. The side-by-side again. This is a carbon copy of what we saw last time with Christian Lewis. Can he hold it around the outside this time? Not quite, but he's going to have the inside line for the next part of the chicane. Kylie doing a fantastic job to hold that around the outside. The side-by-side still going through the final corner across the line. It's not done yet. Kylie just about holds on to his position as Ibrahim has to fall into the slipstream again. So you have to set that one back up, but Kylie's wary of that move now. Oh, there's a bit of a snagging of a tyre under braking from Kylie. That's putting Ibrahim Khan right onto the back end. Now let's go on board. Very janky camera angle down the back straight. We've got some looks like possibly some traffic ahead of these two. And under braking, he's not quite close enough. It's very sideways from Ibrahim Khan. He's not able to throw that car in as he quite liked, and that's some ground loss. So you have to gain that back up coming into the next lap. Going back to the battle for third place. Now look at Kaloxai. He's just gone, completely gone. But these two still fighting out here. Clip has just about got the advantage at the moment, but what can Daniel Vidimari do? All the time, Lucas Muller is slowly closing in. He's lost a little bit of time, but it's still there or thereabouts 2 seconds between between him and Daniel Vidimari. 15 minutes to go, as we see, unfortunately, Joe Watts looks like has retired from the race as well. Going through the sector 3 now. Looks like Matthew Clip's able to just pull out a little bit of gap on Vidimari. Won't be close enough this time round, so set back up and try again for Daniel Vidimari. Let's go back to the battle between Ibrahim Khan and Valtteri Kylainen. He's passed, but Kylainen is going to dive down the inside. I think they just about avoided contact, or if they did make contact, it was very minor, but that was a brave move for Kylainen, and he's right on the back of Ibrahim Khan now. We'll have to keep an eye on this battle, because this is not going to end soon, it doesn't look like. Kylainen they're taking a look around the inside. Oh, and Khan goes wide. That's going to put him on the back foot, but he's able to maintain the position for now. And that's Stefano Grassi behind them. It is. So this is a three-way battle for 7th place now. So Valtteri Kylainen, he's dropped off the back of Ibrahim Khan now. So he's not been able to defend that position, but he is now under attack from Stefano Grassi. Let's see what he can do to defend his position. What can Grassi do to attack? The line is stern for now, so for the time being, it's... Oh, what's happened to Ibrahim Khan? He's gone wide again. He's lost a position, so the battle's back on now. Stefano Grassi going on the inside. Can he make a move? Very late braking. Oh, and he's gone round. That was a very, very brave move, and he wasn't able to pull that off. So that is him down to 10th position. Brave, but not quite able to keep hold of it. But now Ibrahim Khan's got to do this all again now, getting past Valtteri Kylainen if he wants to get any closer towards the top 5. But who's behind him? Christian Lewis is back in the fight here. So this is again all for 7th position. Oh, it's a very good exit from Khan there. He's going to go side by side down the back straight. Can he stay alongside without the slipstream advantage? He's alongside. He's going to make the move around the inside like he's tried to do before. He's ahead this time though, and that's a fantastic move from Ibrahim Khan. Leaving the space for Kylainen to get back alongside him though. This move isn't done. Big braking zone. And Kylainen is able to maintain that position. But not for long, it looks like. Ibrahim is alongside again, number 46, coming across the start-finish line. And then there's Christian Lewis as well, just waiting to pounce. As there goes the pounce from Ibrahim Khan. He's not quite, is he able to keep it alongside? He's not. That now means he's under pressure from Christian Lewis in the number 86 car. Oh, that's contact, looks like. Was that contact? But that's Valtteri Kylainen spinning. That is unfortunate. He is down a few positions now. But that has opened the gate for Ibrahim Khan to run away with this. So That might be an investigation after the race. But Christian Lewis is still in the slipstream. Can he make a move now? It's a very close battle. Have to still keep an eye on this. Stefano Grassi is also past. There's a bit of a lock up there. Not sure who that was from. But all seem to have calmed down for now. As the gaps start to widen. So we'll see if EPM can push now to catch Tim Schaefer. He's got about 7 seconds to gain. It's a big ask with only 10 minutes, so 11 minutes of the race yet left to go. So further down the field here, this is Fabio Zabito in 15th position. He has been lapped by the leaders, it seems. So Daniel Vidmari still chasing down Matthew Klipp for second place. Is he struggling to overtake, or is he just holding back until the final moments? I'll have to wait and see. This could be a strategy call for Daniel Vidmari. Let's go on board with him. Oh, there's a lot of curve. That's unsettled the car. He's lost a little bit of time to Matthew Klipp, but he's still well within the slipstream. Breaking a big lock up there from Matthew. That's not going to help his tyres. And this high speed section coming down onto the back straight. Got to be very careful with track limits there. But within the slipstream now is Daniel Vidmari. Is he running possibly a little bit more wing than Matthew Klipp is? Because he's not closing in the slipstream at all. Is the Team RSI car. He's able to just about hang on through the corners. So, interesting. Oh, it looks like we've had another DNF, Leon Gennari. So that's unfortunate for him. But what can be done by Daniel Vidmari now? Back to the trackside view. Still line astern there as Matthew Klipp has managed to pull 4.5 seconds out. And so it looks like Lucas Muller has gone back down the order from Daniel Ersling. Daniel Ersling's now ahead and chasing down Daniel Vidmari. So it's interesting, we missed that unfortunately. But going back down to the battle for 8th position, 7th position I should say. Oh, that's a big moment for the number 46. Managed to just about keep a hold of it. But that's going to leave Christian Lewis with a good run now. So let's ride on board with him from the driver's point of view. So this is what you see when you're driving a MSV British Formula 3 car. Not quite close enough to make a move here. Lots of movement of the wheel on the back straight and fighting it through the fast right-hander there. Braking 100-metre board. There or thereabouts, and then into the chicane. Quite a bit of curb. You need to be very careful with curbs in this car. Oh, it's a Thumber 46. It's proving my point by going very squirrely off the curb. But this battle seems to be dying down for the time being. Back to the battle for second. And this is Matthew Klipp breaking the slipstream, but I'm not sure why Vidmari is not following him. That's a strange tactic. But he seems to be dropping back ever so slightly, does Daniel Vidmari. So strange to see. Maybe he's possibly worked the tyres a bit too hard. They might be a bit warm. Just backing off. Maybe the engines get a bit hot running that close behind the car ahead. But we'll see if he can close that back in the dying stages of the race. Still 7.5 minutes to go. Further down the field, this is Tim Schaefer running quite a lonely race in 6th position at the moment. He's got a good gap either side of him. About 8.5 seconds to Lucas Muller in the F1 Bros racing car, and about just under 6 seconds to Ibrahim Khan, the number 46. So he's having a nice Sunday drive, it seems. battle for 7th position rages on. Bit more of a gap between them now as Christian Lewis going very wide, coming onto the back straight. Not quite close enough to make a move now. So it's all starting to calm down ever so slightly here. They say it looks like there is possibly a battle going. Oh, there, yes, there is. Three-way battle, it looks like now. And this is for 11th position. So we've got here Stefano Grassi, followed by Tobias Thiel and Massimiliano Ribeiro. They're all fighting for this position now. Massimiliano not quite able to make the move on Tobias Thiel there. They're all within the slipstream. They're very close, these three drivers. Can they get through turn 1 alive? We'll see. Going through, all seems fine. It's very, very sideways between these two cars. Side by side now is the number 3 and number 15. A lock up from Stefano ahead, but all remains for now. Still all within slipstream range. What can Massimiliano do now? Not quite close enough to make a move on Tobias. Tobias Thiel is benefiting from the slipstream of the number 6 ahead, and he's also battling to get that position, so to get that that 11th place. And just ahead of them is Lucas Zimmermann in 10th position. So they might want to work together to try and get that top 10 position between them. But it looks like it's getting a little bit closer for battle for 3rd place. 2nd place, I should say. Vidmar is still within the 2nd. He is slightly quicker than Matthew Klipp, but he's just not able to find a way around. Back to battle for 11th. They're on the back straight now. What can they do? Is there going to be a move from anybody here? Not quite. Number 15 Enjoy car is in a Valley Esports sandwich between these two cars. This is number 6 and number 3. Not close enough for either driver to make a move here, but they are catching Lucas Zimmermann. So this could end up being a 4-way battle for 10th position very soon, but there's only 3 minutes to go, about 3.5 minutes to go of the race. And with all that, David Koloksai has just checked out. About 5.5 seconds is his lead over the rest of the field now, so he's really showing his pace. Number 6 locks up. And Tobias Thiel is now under a little bit of pressure from number 3 behind. All within slipstream range again. They are very, very much closing in on Lucas Zimmermann. You can see that visually now after looking at these for the last few laps. It's number 3 making a move on the 15 around the inside. Oh, it's a spin. He's not able to hold on. He's gone off into the grass. Oh, and there's another spin as he tries to get back up and running. That is unfortunate for Massimiliano. He tried and he couldn't quite hold on, but he still maintains 13th position. So that has released Tobias Thiel now to chase down his teammate in the number 6 car, Stefano Grassi. Now he's not going to worry about a car behind. He can focus all of his attention on the car ahead and getting past. There's another lock-up from Stefano ahead, but able to just about maintain that gap for now. It's about half a second between 2nd and 3rd position, so that battle is still raging on. Is that Lucas Zimmermann is closing in on Valtteri Kajalainen in the PMK car, or is it? That's a lap down traffic, it looks like, actually. If you excuse me. Yeah, that looks like E2 Hakkinen, who is currently just getting out of the way, being a being nice and safe about it. But Is he going to hold up the number 6 at all? He's pulled out a bit of a gap now on Tobias Teal, has Stefano. Just about going to get round E2 there. Fantastic. Well done to E2 for keeping out the way. And that's Tobias 2 as well, making a late move, it looks like. Under brake. Oh, that's a spin from E2, looks like. Or a half spin. He's back underway though. No damage. So they've all seemed to have split the gaps now. Big gaps forming in between them. So let's go back up to the battle for second position. This is still raging. There's only about 1 minute to go, so this could go down to about 2 more laps, it looks like, or this lap and 1 more. So it looks like Daniel Sontag's coming to be lapped by his teammate. So will there be some tactics now to possibly build the gap between these two and make it a little bit safer for securing the position? Well, it looks like we're coming on to the final lap now. David Clockside is miles ahead. And there goes Daniel Sontag, just diving out the way of these two. Doesn't want to get involved in their battle. Doesn't look like Vidamari's quite going to be close enough to make a move coming into the final lap as he goes under the braking now. Still not close enough. But the gap that David Clockside has pulled out, 6.5 seconds nearly now. Fantastic dominant performance from him. So there he is, coming around into the third sector. Keep an eye on him finishing, but it doesn't look like it's going to be quite close enough for Vidamari. He might be able to make a move through the final corner. He gets very sideways through the mid part of the corner there. He's not going to be close enough to make a move now. But here comes David Clockside round the final corner to take his second win of the series. Fantastic, dominant performance from him once again. Well done to him. And then Daniel Vidamari and Matthew Kipp coming home second for Matthew and third for Daniel Vidamari. Once again, both these drivers on the podium. They're not quite able to convert any of those into a win at this point. Daniel Ersling, good result from him to come in fourth position. Lucas Muller in fifth. Not the usual performance from him. He's normally at the sharp end of the field. Doesn't seem to have been anywhere near that today. So you might have something to think about going to the final round at Donington. That'll be the deciding round, as he does a few donuts on the infield just to show off. So that's your top 5. Then we have Tim Schaefer and Ibrahim Khan coming in 6th and 7th. And then there's a battle all the way to the line there. Lucas Zimmerman, Stefano Grassi and Tobias Teal coming in 8th, 9th and 10th. So that is this race all over and done with. So next and final round in 2 weeks, we are going to Donington Park for what will be the deciding round of the championship. Can Lucas Muller win the championship, or will Daniel Vidamari possibly be able to challenge, come into that final race? We'll find out. And next week we have our other series that's going on, WSCC, the World Sports Car Championship. That'll be a endurance race between LMP2 and GT3 cars. That'll be 6 hours of Spa, so join us for that. And if you want to get involved, check out our website and Discord channel in the description below. And feel free to like, comment and subscribe on the video because it helps us out, and share it with your friends. Get everyone involved. So that was all from me. Thank you very much for joining us once again, and we'll see you all next time.